Hello children, this video class is an initiative of Shivjyoti Educational Group. I am Shravya Vyas and I gladly welcome you to my class. Today we shall be doing Social Studies Chapter 11, Forests of India Part 2. Part 1 has already been discussed in the previous video and I request you to take text page number 74. Please open your book page 74 and then proceed with the class. Topics already covered in part 1, that is in the previous video. Okay, we had covered what are forests and the importance of forests. In today's class we shall be covering the types of forests and the conservation of forests and wildlife. Now let's proceed with the chapter. Types of forests. You know, forests are a large area covered mainly with trees and other small plants. We had discussed this in the previous chapter and there are 5 main types of forests in India. There are evergreen forests, deciduous or monsoon forests, thorn forests, mountain or coniferous forests and marshy or tidal forests. Now let's discuss each forest in detail. Evergreen forests. As the name suggests, evergreen forests are home to evergreen trees. What are evergreen trees? Evergreen trees are those trees that have always leaves in their trees. That is, leaves don't shed all at once, they shed gradually or continuously. मतलब एक साथ सारे लीव्स शेड नहीं होती, एक के बाद एक. पहले एक लीफ ओल्ड होता है, फिर वो गिरता है, फिर उसी जगह पे नया लीफ ग्रो होता है. एक साथ सारे लीव्स नहीं गिरते हैं, इसलिए थ्रू आउट द ईयर यू फाइंड दैट these trees have always leaves and they appear green in color and hence they are called evergreen trees. Evergreen trees lose their leaves continuously, मतलब बहुत gradually leaves गिरते हैं, एक साथ उस ट्री का सारे leaves एक साथ नहीं गिरते हैं. New leaves replace the old. So old leaves जो गिरा हुआ है उनकी जगह new leaves आता है and these trees remain green throughout the year. Because there are always leaves in these trees, they remain green throughout the year and hence they are called evergreen trees. And where are these trees found? They are found in warm areas with plenty of rainfall. We have discussed before which areas of our country get excessive rainfall. You find more rainfall in Western Ghats as well as in the northeastern states. And these are the examples of evergreen trees. You have rosewood, you have ebony and you have mahogany. Now let's discuss deciduous forests. Deciduous are also called monsoon forests. They are also called monsoon forests because during the dry seasons, that is in the summer and winter season, they shed their leaves completely, and when the monsoon season starts, that is when the rainy season starts, new leaves grow and hence deciduous forests are also called monsoon forests. Trees shed all their leaves for some time during the summer and winter seasons when there is scarcity of water. क्योंकि पानी बहुत कम होती है इस टाइम, इसलिए they shed all their leaves together. And in the monsoon season जब पानी excess में होता है तब they grow new leaves. Examples of such trees are teak, sal and shisham. And where are they found in India? They are found in southern plateau and in the foothills of the Himalayas. In the later slides, I shall discuss the various locations of these forests in our country. Now let's look at thorn forest. Thorn means kata, okay? So these are forests with thorny plants and shrubs. क्योंकि यहाँ बहुत कम rainfall होता है, so in such areas those plants grow which need very little water for survival. So they are found in areas like Rajasthan and some parts of the Deccan Plateau with little rainfall, having short and thorny trees. Examples of such trees are kikar and babul. And as we discussed in the Great Indian Desert, you know that in these areas there are very limited resources क्योंकि पानी बहुत कम है and the natural habitat is also very less. So whatever is available there, यहाँ जो भी होता है वो बहुत मदद करते हैं वहाँ के localites को survive करने में. For example, trees like kikar and babul, they are used for firewood. Then they are used to feed fodder, they are used in feeding fodder to the animals, and these plants have lot of medicinal values. Like babul is very good for your gums, मतलब मसूड़ों के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है, स्किन के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है, फिर हेयर के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है. So they serve various purposes to the people who are surviving around these areas. Mountain or coniferous forests. As the name suggests, mountain forests are those forests that thrive in mountain ranges, mountain regions. Okay. So mountain forests are also called coniferous forests. And why are they called coniferous forests? Because the trees are cone shaped. Cone shaped is like this. If you notice, this is cone shaped. So because all these trees are cone shaped, mountain forests are also called coniferous forests. And these forests are covered with tall and cone shaped trees with needle shaped leaves. The trees are cone shaped, but the leaves are needle shaped. Okay, and one of the main functions of these tall trees in these mountain ranges are क्योंकि यहाँ snow melt होते ही you know they flow in the form of streams or rivers. So because there is constant flow of streams or rivers, there can be chances that flood can take place. So because these trees are really tall, they are capable of soaking in lot. The roots of these trees, they are capable of soaking in excess water, and thus they prevent flood. Examples of such trees are fir, pine, spruce, deodar and oak. And as I said, these are found in the Himalayan region. Himalayan region is a mountainous region and these trees are found in the Himalayan region. Marshy or tidal forests. Tidal forests are found in the deltas of rivers such as Ganga, Mahanadi and Godavari. What is a delta? It is a landform formed by the rivers just before they enter into sea or ocean. So, just before they merge into, just before rivers merge into river, ocean or sea, वहाँ एक छोटा सा लैंडफॉर्म बना हुआ है जिसको हम डेल्टा बोलते हैं. And what is the speciality of these deltas? What is the speciality of marshy forests? Because these trees, they can survive both in fresh water and saline water. ये ट्रीज वैसे होते हैं जो बोथ फ्रेश वाटर में भी सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं और या सॉल्टी वाटर. सलाइन वाटर इज नथिंग बट सॉल्टी वाटर. दे कैन सर्वाइव इवन इन सलाइन वाटर. एंड सुंदरी ट्रीज, they have roots submerged in water. जैसे ये आप देख रहे हो सुंदरी trees, the roots of these trees are submerged in water, and this is an example of a marshy or tidal tree. Sundarbans is a tidal forest found in the Ganga Delta. Okay, and why did it get its name Sundarbans? Because it is home to Sundari trees. It goes Sundar from Sundari trees and Bans means forest. So Sundarbans got its name from Sundari trees. This is the geographical distribution of the forests in India. I want you to take page number 76. There you get a picture of this India and its forests. As you see, coniferous forest, whatever is light blue in color, these are coniferous forests. Now let me discuss which all states come under coniferous forests. You have Kashmir, you have Himachal Pradesh, you have Uttarakhand, you have Sikkim, and you have Arunachal Pradesh. These are all areas in our country that have coniferous forests. Now let us see deciduous forest. The entire southern plateau, okay, the entire southern plateau and the foots of Himalayas, these areas have deciduous forest. And now let us go to evergreen forest. जो भी dark green color के you find here, here and here. So whatever is dark green in color, these are evergreen forests. So which are the areas that come under? You have Andaman and Nicobar Islands, you have coastline of peninsular India, you have the Western Ghats, and you have the Assam. We have the northeastern states that have evergreen forests. Now let us see thorn forest. जो भी light brown color के है ना, वो सब thorn forest के हैं. I repeat, follow this using your textbook page 76. एक map दिया हुआ है page 76 में, उसको follow करनी है आपको. So what all regions come under thorn forest? You have some parts of Gujarat, you have some parts of Rajasthan, you have some parts of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. These are the dry areas which have thorn forest. Now let us look at tidal forest or marshy forest. Whatever is dark blue in color, बहुत कम होती है इसकी distribution. So whatever is dark blue in color, these are tidal forests. You have some parts of West Bengal, some parts of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. I hope it's clear to you. You can go through this again and again to make it clear to you. Okay? You have the coniferous forest, you have the deciduous forest that is light green in color, you have the evergreen forest that is dark green in color, you have the thorn forest that is light brown in color, finally you have the tidal forests which are dark blue in color. Conservation of forests and wildlife. It is very essential to conserve our forests and wildlife because it leads to deforestation. Harms of deforestation: soil erosion, landslides and floods, reduction in animal population. How do forests, we had already discussed in the previous video how forests prevent soil erosion. Soil erosion is nothing but the removal of the upper layer of soil, and the trees in the forest, their roots help in holding the soil particles of the forest together, and hence they prevent soil erosion. And how do forests prevent landslides and floods? Again, the roots of the forest, the roots of the trees in the forest, they soak in excess water and they also hold the land together and thus prevent landslides and floods. And as you know, forests are home to all the wild animals there, and if the trees are cut there, then the wild animals also do not get enough protection and their survival becomes difficult. So hence the deforestation reduces animal population. Because deforestation has such bad effects, the local people of Uttarakhand decided that they have to do something about it. So in 1974, under the leadership of Sundarlal Bahuguna, the people of Uttarakhand got together and they started the Chipko movement. What did they do in Chipko movement? They used to gather around the trees, they used to put their arms around the trees, that is, they used to hug the trees tightly and did not allow anybody to cut the trees. So Chipko movement played a big role in protecting the trees there, and hence it contributed to preventing deforestation. The government also took various steps. They introduced Van Mahotsava. Van Mahotsava is the festival of planting trees. What do we do in Diwali? In Diwali we burst firecrackers, but in Van Mahotsava we actually plant trees. So government introduced this festival called Van Mahotsava to encourage all of us to plant trees and save our environment. Similarly, under the social forestry scheme, what did government do? They gathered rural people, and rural people means people from the villages. They gathered people from the villages and encouraged them to plant more trees. Villagers depend on trees for their food, wood, fuel, fodder and timber. So because they are consuming these forests, they said we are not stopping you from consuming, but along with consumption you have to also plant trees along with that. So under social forestry scheme, government encouraged the rural people, encouraged the villagers to plant more trees to prevent deforestation. Government also declared several areas as reserve forests. All those forests that came under reserve forests, there cutting of trees are not allowed and killing of wild animals are not allowed. They are not permitted. So these forests that are called wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. So what are reserve forests? It is a special area declared as reserve forest by the government, where cutting of trees are not permitted and killing of wildlife is not permitted there. Some wildlife sanctuaries and national parks are, you have the Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, Kaziranga National Park in Assam, Sundarbans Tiger Reserve in West Bengal, Gir National Park in Gujarat, Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh, Bandipur National Park in Karnataka, Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary in Kerala and Chilika Lake Bird Sanctuary in Odisha. Now, I hope you understood this chapter clearly. If you have any doubts in this chapter, you can put them in the chat box during our live doubt class, and these are some of the questions that I want you to do in your rough copy, and I will ask you during the live doubt class. Okay. So, the questions are, first question, which type of forest require a warm place with plenty of rainfall? Second question, which type of trees shed all their leaves for some time during the summer and winter seasons when there is scarcity of water? Which type of forests are found in areas with little rainfall? Under whose leadership was the Chipko movement started? And finally, the fifth question, Sundarbans is an example of which type of forest? So children, I hope everything is clear to you. We at Shiv Jyoti Group, we are eagerly seeking to help all of you. So if you have any queries, any problems, please feel free to contact us, and I thank you all. Have a great day. Have a safe day.